Hey, Richest Money Maniacs, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about the idea of depression and what really causes it. All right, let's get right to it. Hey, Richest Money Maniacs, welcome back. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, definitely click the subscribe button. That will make you officially a money maniac. And that just means that you want to learn more about your finances and be able to master them, and also learn how to use money as a tool and be respectful of other people. There's a whole video on it. Make sure you watch that. But now in this video, I want to talk about something that I am not certified or licensed to talk about. I want to talk about depression. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a psychologist. I am not a counselor. I am just a human being who has battled with this myself in the past and conquered it. And now I am very grateful for all the things that I learned in the process of doing that. However, I can tell you this, for all the therapies that I'm going to mention in this particular video, the one particular thing that helped, I'm very emotional about this. The one thing that helped me the most overcome my bouts of depression was mastering my financial situation. The fact of the matter is that right now in the world, most people don't know what's going to happen. Not just with the world, but with themselves. What are they going to do to make money, to be able to feed themselves, to find a job? Jobs are vanishing. They're going to automation. There's just nobody opening anymore. Everybody's been shut down because of the health challenge and they're not reopening. Places are going bankrupt. Large corporations they thought they could count on, closing forever, right? What do? Well, it's time to take a long, hard look in the mirror and take 100% responsibility for yourself and for your family. And what you do is you start to pay yourself first. Now that's a whole nother topic that I'm going to get into, but I have to emphasize this. Once you learn to master your finances, the world looks very, very different. You have more choices, you have more freedoms, you do not have to participate when things happen that you don't agree with. You can take your money, you can take your value and go somewhere else. In fact, I love the phrase from the Nomad Capitalist, go where you're treated best. Now, maybe you're not ready for that kind of extreme change, but I can tell you this, my own personal decisions lately have included who I am willing to do business with. I do not purchase from certain online stores. I do not purchase from certain brick and mortar stores in my neighborhood who require certain things from me that I don't agree with. I don't even have to list them. I think you know what I'm talking about. So I just don't go there. I don't give them my money. Why? Because I have a superpower. My superpower is my pocketbook. Who do I give money to? Now, that is why I feel that I am an expert on the subject of depression for myself and how I overcame it. Now, there's a couple other therapies I'm going to mention really, really quickly. The first would be thought field therapy, which is also called tapping, was originally created by Dr. Roger Callahan, and he has decades of research, and it works wonderfully. Look it up. It's basically free. You go to a library and get his book and you start using it and it works right away. So the other thing that I would suggest is looking into bioenergetic synchronization technique, or BEST therapy, by Dr. Ted Morter. And that's also called marching. There's another therapy called I Ching, and that's by Mary Miller, and you can look into those. All three of those are things that I have used for years, and sometimes use daily, especially with the news headlines lately. So depressing. I have to turn the news off sometimes. Okay, it's not funny. If I can't laugh, I'm going to cry. It's sort of like Mike Maloney. So the idea here is, keep in mind that when an economic depression occurs, that you are overwhelmed with external stimulus that will make you feel powerless, hopeless, in fear, of the future, in no control in your life. You have no control and there's nothing you can do, when actually there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do, and there's incredible opportunities available. The last depression, and I'm not talking about 2008, that was kind of a bump in the road compared to what we're in now. The Great Depression from the 20s and 30s, more millionaires were created in that time than any other time in history except for right now. So you watching this video and being interested in learning to master your finances is exactly why you will be one of those people who will thrive even when everything around you is falling apart. Not because you're greedy, but because you took the time to educate yourself. And if you use those therapies to be able to remove your emotions from the situations, you'll see the opportunities that are available. But I can't express this enough. The biggest thing that helped me was when I finally felt like I had control of my finance. Now there's 3 things that I'm going to mention that I mention in almost every video. A laser fund, go to liveabundant.com, read up on Doug Andrews and laser funds and how they work. Look into buying either gold or silver, depending on your resources, because the prices of them are going to skyrocket and you're going to make a bunch of money off of it. And it's wonderful. I'm just watching it happen, and I just, it brings me so much joy to see it happen. Okay, in the meantime, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and become a money maniac officially. If this video is helpful to you at all, especially if you're suffering from something as devastating as depression, definitely put comments down below if you're struggling, if you need more information, if you want to just vent to somebody, or maybe if you completely disagree with me. But also, if you found value in the video, please give us a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I do these videos because I love sharing this information. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.